Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple Haze Podcast. Everybody, I am your host, Isaac. Before we get to the video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. And so today, I kind of wanted to go on the subject of the my top five players that basically stood out to me in training camp for the Minnesota for this 23 season. And yet all we have to do is see the preseason games. So the top five players that I thought that did very good in practice. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? And maybe some other news. First of all, I want to start off with Mekhi Blackmon. I absolutely am loving this dude already. I've been hearing a lot of good things have been happening. So with Mekhi Blackmon, he's just really good. He absolutely matches well against Jordan Addison, who he's been competing a lot with lately. So, that is great to sure, you could say it's teammates versus teammates. So what do you expect? But, Jordan Addison, I think he is still a potentially great wide receiver. And Mekhi Blackmon is getting better and better and better every time. I'm not saying that he's going to be 2017 Xavier Rhodes good, but he could absolutely be solid nonetheless. I'm hopefully not a Bashaud Breeland bad. No. But you know what? I am excited to see this dude get a starting position maybe. We could absolutely make a case for that. And also the second guy I want to talk about, Alexander Madison. He has proven time and time again that he is ready for the job. He basically stood out to me to practice. He wants that job. He is telling all of these coaches that he is ready, and it's translating right at TCO Performance Center. He is proving it right there. So good for Alexander Madison. He is more than enough of a solid starter to fill in for Dalvin Cook. In the past, he's done really well too as well. So, you can't complain. We absolutely have something in Alexander Madison. So I am excited to see him start. And also, kudos to Alexander Madison. And the third one, Jordan Addison. So Jordan Addison, he absolutely is who I thought he was as a receiver. He just makes catches when you need him to. He's learning one of the best from Jordan Addison and maybe some from KJ Osborne, but I absolutely love this dude already. So Jordan Addison, he absolutely stood well in practice, had a few nice catches. So I truly believe that Jordan Addison is absolutely going to do phenomenal here. So that's one of mine. And then Jaron Hall, absolutely very good. He had a few rough spots, but overall I thought he did pretty good. It's expected that mistakes are going to happen from a rookie like himself, so I see no problem putting him from Kirk Cousins' backup by default. I don't see no problem with that right now, unless he's bad, unless he's just as bad. Put Nick Mullins in then. So, but Jaron Hall right now, I am super pumped for this dude. He's a 5th round, but you do not know what talent he actually has. So, I am excited to see this dude play in the preseason right now. So, and also KJ Osborne. He has shown also an ability to really fight for the wide receiver 2 spot to fill in for Adam Thielen. He's been great. He went on a very big tear as of late of the 22 season, but he absolutely had probably one of the best career games. I mean, absolutely crazy, dude. I absolutely like. I mean, you can't sleep on KJ Osborne, really. Sure, you got Justin Jefferson, you have Addison, the new guy. That's exciting to see. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, Alexander Madison. And you can't sleep on KJ Osborne either. He's still got it in him. I believe that he is going to do a great job. Because even if some of them don't, I feel like KJ Osborne is going to do an amazing job. So basically, those are kind of my top 5. And not to be forgotten, in one of the practices, Lewis Seen, who was injured last year, had an amazing interception. Not to be forgotten in training camp. I'm not sure if it was during the night practice or one of the later practices, but basically, kudos to Lewis Seen, who's been playing still as well, and everybody was really wowed. So you could tell that the teammates were all excited to see him. They were all reacting and getting all excited. You know what? That's what it's all about, man. I mean, maybe Lewis Seen might earn some points. Maybe. I mean, at best, I would put Lewis Seen over Cameron Bynum, who's still kind of struggling. Sure, he's good, but he's had some very big struggles as opposed to Lewis Seen. So, I mean, we could definitely make sure, but I'm still patient with Lewis Seen, just in case if you didn't know. And also the night practices also, man. I mean, it was a really nice night practice, and Kevin O'Connell had his speech like he did last year. So, I mean, I'm excited to see that at all. So, very good. And also, in some injury news, some good news, Brian ONeill returned to night practice last night. So potentially, I mean, he didn't fully participate, but he did some drills too as well with some other people. So, I mean, that is good. So, I mean, if Brian ONeill is ready to go, I mean, it's going to be, it's not going to be as excruciating without Brian ONeill. So, Brian ONeill, I mean, of course, you got Christian Darrisaw, who's probably going to make it. So, I mean, I believe that Brian ONeill, he's going to return more than likely. And then some injury news. Now we got James Lynch, a defensive tackle who was drafted in 2020. He tore his ACL, I believe, on the in training camp. So basically, allegedly, he is out for the season. So I was actually pretty much a big fan of James Lynch. He was not too shabby. I mean, I remember seeing him against, 2020 week 5 against the Seattle Seahawks. He pushed if I remember correctly, he pushed an offensive lineman right into the back of Russell Wilson, and then he got the sack afterwards. The dude was a beast. So, I mean, James Lynch, I mean, it absolutely sucks. I wish we could have seen more of him, but I mean, injuries happen. It does suck. So I wish the best for James Lynch. So right now, next week it is basically preseason week. So basically the start of the NFL is on the horizon anyways. So I am super excited to do it. All right. So thank you guys basically for joining me. We'll probably see you next week. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.